June 10, 1912. In a quiet Iowa town, 8 people were brutally murdered inside their home. To this day, the killer has never been found. This is the story of the Villisca Axe Murders. In 1912, a small town in Iowa was rocked by one of the most brutal and mysterious murders in American history. On a warm summer night, the Moore family, Josiah, Sarah, their 4 children, and 2 young house guests, were murdered in their sleep. The killer left behind few clues, and despite numerous theories and suspects, the Villisca Axe murders remain unsolved to this day. The family's home, once filled with laughter, was transformed into a grisly crime scene. The victims were bludgeoned to death with an axe while they slept. The killer wiped the axe clean, placed it beside the bodies, and covered the victims' faces with claws. To this day, the brutality of the crime leaves people wondering, who could commit such an act in a small, tight-knit community? Local law enforcement initially investigated a range of suspects, including a traveling preacher, Reverend George Kelly, who had been in town on the night of the murders. Yet, despite multiple interrogations and his odd behavior, Kelly was never charged. Over the years, the investigation faltered and the case went cold. But the haunting questions remained. Was the killer someone local, or was this the work of a stranger? Various theories emerged over the years. Was it the work of a serial killer? Some believed the crime resembled others in the region, suggesting a more sinister, widespread killer. Others point to potential personal motives, as the Moore family was well known in Villisca, but no one ever stood trial for the murders, and the true identity of the killer remains a mystery. To this day, the town of Villisca is haunted by the memory of the murders. The Moore family's home, once a symbol of family life, has become a tourist attraction. Some say the house is still haunted by the souls of those who died there. Despite new evidence and renewed interest in the case over the years, the question remains unanswered. Who killed the Moore family, and why? Over a century later, the Villisca Axe murders remain one of the most chilling unsolved crimes in American history. As the investigation continues to linger in the shadows, the mystery of who committed this horrific act still looms large. Will we ever know the truth behind the Villisca Axe murders? Only time will tell. Over a century has passed, yet the Villisca Axe murders remain unsolved. The truth is buried in shadows, waiting to be uncovered. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more chilling true crime mysteries.